So your boy just caught up on Invincible, and I want to say this show is fantastic. It's beautifully animated. Voice acting is well done. I have no issues whatsoever with any of the voice acting. The music choices, well done. This show is damn near a masterpiece, and I recommend you watch it. I recommend everybody watch it. If you're squirmy, or I don't know, squirmish, whatever words they use to describe people who are not fond of violence and gore, I would avoid the show because it has that a lot in spades. But yeah, Invincible is great. My favorite character, of course, is Mark, as he is for everybody, or most people in this show. Mark is great. He's a great character. He's not perfect, and I don't expect him to be perfect. He's got his flaws, that's what makes him human. But there's this character in particular a lot of people are having issues with, they have their gripes with, they dislike, and this is Amber. Amber is Mark's girlfriend for a majority of the show. She is an interesting character, and I'll just come out and say it. I think Amber is a great character. Not because she is super amazing or she does, badass stuff in the shows, which she really doesn't. It's just she's written pretty realistically. Amber is outspoken. She is headstrong. She always says what's on her mind. And Mark likes that about her. Mark's very attracted to her. They care for each other. And like every other relationships, it has its up and its downs. And in this case, it's a bit more super, seeing as Mark is a superhero with a secret identity that he keeps away from Amber. And throughout the show, he's battling with the thought of telling Amber the truth, and he's always hesitating, and I completely understand why. A superhero's identity is a big deal. You can't just go around, letting everybody know who you are and what you do in your alter ego's life as a superhero. So Mark is wrestling with that idea constantly, and every time he brings the bravery up needed to tell Amber the truth, he hesitates and he ends up not telling her. And this definitely puts a strain on the relationship because Mark is always late, Mark's always making excuses, Mark's always standing her up, leaving her hanging, and she doesn't know why. She's confused. She's questioning, is this man enemy? Like, what is going on here? Does he not care about me? And he's always lying to her. So they were dating for 3 months. And during this 3 months, Mark was a full-time hero. So I imagine if he's doing superhero work every day, he's constantly blowing her off. He's always making up lies. You want to know what this does to people in real life? They get angry. They get irritated. They feel unloved. And that's what Amber felt in this case. And people keep saying Amber knew about his secret identity. She really didn't. She only found out after his battle with Battle Beast. So Amber found out about Mark being invincible, and she didn't say anything. She kept it to herself. And her reason was because she wanted Mark to fess up, come to her and tell her the truth. But he never does that. He keeps on lying, and the reason he lies are, they're justified. The dude's a superhero. He's got to keep his identity a secret. But that's where Mark made a big mistake. Mark, I understand that you're a superhero and your identity is super important. If you want to be a full-time superhero, then be a full-time superhero. You can't expect your significant other to deal with your lies constantly because you are a superhero. This is one of those aspects where doing the right thing will hurt other people or get you in trouble. That's exactly what it is in this case. The right thing for Mark to do would be to break up with Amber so he can stop lying to her, stop putting her in the dark, stop leaving her hanging, stop putting her in danger without letting her know. Yeah, that's right. By dating Amber, he's putting her in danger. Anyone could find out his identity. Anyone could find out that he has a girlfriend. And the crazy thing is Amber wouldn't even know her life is in danger because her boyfriend didn't tell her he was invincible or tell Amber the truth. But Mark doesn't do any of those. He does think about doing it a couple times, telling her the truth, but each time he's about to, he hesitates and then he stops. That's Mark's big mistake. And I think that is selfish of Mark to do. Saying that out loud, it probably doesn't make sense, and I will try to elaborate what I mean by Mark being selfish. If someone I liked was constantly lying to me for 3 months, every day, every week, I'm justified to feel some type of way. Relationships require a certain amount of trust to work. If you don't have the trust, then why bother? It was just 3 months? Yeah, it was just 3 months. Well, waiting any longer would have just made it worse. Mark should have 1. Quit the hero stuff and just stay with Amber, or 2. Break up with Amber and stop wasting her time. But he didn't do that. Omni-Man advises him multiple times, hey Mark, this superhero job has got to be number 1. You got to take this seriously. Everything else is secondary. This is primary. And Mark struggles with that constantly throughout the show. He doesn't want to lose Amber. He needs Amber. He cares for Amber. He wants her. But he also wants to be a superhero. And sure, he can't tell Amber his secret identity. He can't tell her the truth, but he can definitely keep lying to her, keeping her in the dark, and just hoping she deals with it. And I think that's very unfair. I think that is probably the only selfish thing Mark did throughout the show. And Mark is a very selfless person. He's always risking his life. How long would he keep lying to Amber? If he wasn't selfish, he would have broken up with her. An example of a selfless hero is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. In part 1, he completely rejects a relationship with Mary Jane, not because he didn't love her, but because he knows what his job is. He knows a normal relationship is almost impossible, and she would be in danger. I don't expect this from Mark. Shit, he's still in high school. That's why he's human. He's like us. He's like everyone I know. Most people in the world are not as selfless as Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Mark was selfish. He didn't prioritize Amber's feelings enough. If he did, he would have sacrificed his love life and broken up with her. It was selfish of him keeping her in the dark like that. That's exactly what makes Mark so relatable. It makes him human. So saying Mark wasn't even a little selfish is just kind of wrong to me. I love Mark. His character is fantastic. And he has shown to be just as selfless as Peter Parker. He was ready to sacrifice himself for 7 billion people against his own father. But Mark is not without fault. And like every teenager, human beings, he can be a little selfish sometimes. And I believe by not breaking up with Amber and constantly lying to her and leaving her hanging, it was a selfish thing to do. Amber wasn't perfect either. She was rude, didn't want to understand, didn't want to empathize, and overreacted a bunch. But that's just how life is. Invincible is a fantastic show and a book because it shows how the world reacts in a realistic manner to external and internal factors. Imagine if Amber reacted like, oh, Mark, it's okay, I understand. I mean, that's just another Lois Lane trope. That's the Mary Jane trope. I don't know how they could deal with being lied to for years on end and just be okay with it. It's okay, Clark. I don't mind you lying to me about, your disappearances, your secret identity. It's okay, Peter. I really don't care. If you say Mark is not selfish, then that means Mark was without fault. He was a perfect human being, and I don't think that's true. If Mark did not have any selfish traits at all, he wouldn't even pursue a relationship with her because he would prioritize her emotional needs and realize he can't be there for her like she wants because he's a superhero. And just the fact that he is dating her puts her in danger. There are telepaths in the universe. There are people who can read minds. What's stopping one of them from reading Mark's mind and knowing that he cares about Amber? And Amber wouldn't even know her life is in danger because Mark didn't tell her. So Mark was a little bit selfish. But he's human. He doesn't know better. And I don't know better. Most people don't know better. But we learn from our past mistakes and our actions. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. You can feel free to, debate me down in the comment sections below. I don't know anything. This is just my take on the matter. I've had big debates with other people in regards to Amber, and I've learned some things. Some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. Some people have even convinced me on other things. For example, I didn't think Amber was all that bad until they started, listing out some of her negative traits that I missed, and I had to agree with her. She is extra as fuck. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. Invincible is an amazing show. Please go watch it. Have a good day, guys, and peace.